Hello, Marvel Strike Force fans. It is Ryan, the Fasting Comic Guy here, and I'm here to give you a guide on the 8 legendary characters in the game and how to farm them. So there are 8 of them. There's Iron Man, Magneto, Nick Fury, Shuri, Star-Lord, Phoenix, Invisible Woman, and Black Bolt. So yeah, we'll start off with Iron Man, the first legendary character. What legendary characters are basically they are the key team leader for most of the teams in the game. So Iron Man, for example, works really well with the Power Armor team. Magneto with the Brotherhood team. Nick Fury with the Shield team. Shuri with the Wakandan team. Star-Lord with the Guardians of the Galaxy team. Phoenix with the X-Men team. Invisible Woman with the Fantastic Four, and Black Bolt is leader of the Inhumans. Black Bolt is the newest legendary introduced to the game. So let's start off with the Iron Man. Iron Man can be found over here in the Events tab button. And you go over here. He is a permanent event in the game. And basically all you need to unlock him are anyone with a shield tag on their character name. So we will go over here to the roster and I will show you all the shield specific people for his event. Any of these characters can be used. You can use minions or you can use main characters like Captain America. Iron Man also has synergy with Captain America specifically. But yeah, he's mostly used with the Power Armor team, and the Power Armor guys are mainly used in the war offense. Like that's the number one thing. They do really well when it comes to the war offense when you have a full Power Armor team. After that, we got Magneto, who is the leader of the Brotherhood team. He is unlocked with X-Men and Brotherhood characters. So, we'll start off with the X-Men characters first. Mainly you'd be farming Storm, Psylocke, or Wolverine. You could use Colossus, but chances of getting Colossus in a random orb opening are very, very slim. But Storm and Psylocke, they have their own nodes that you can farm, and Wolverine, if you complete your daily challenges every day, you will eventually get him to like 7 stars. You could use Phoenix if you for some reason had Phoenix unlocked before Magneto. And other than those, so those are the X-Men characters that you can use. For the Brotherhood characters, you would be using Pyro, Sabretooth, Juggernaut, and Mystique. Pyro is farmed in the War Store, Sabretooth in the Raid Store, Juggernaut is in the Arena, Mystique has her own node. Not too long ago, the Brotherhood team kind of got split into two. They took out Sabretooth and Mystique and gave them Marauder tags and added a new team called the Marauders that has characters like Mr. Sinister in it. So people were wondering, well, what do you do if you can't what do you do with the last 2 spots in the Brotherhood team if you do decide to split them up? Most people use Carnage and Venom. So it'd be Magneto, Juggernaut, Pyro, Venom, and Carnage. The reason why they use those 2 characters is because they can spread the bleeds really, really efficiently. And Magneto is mainly used in Arena, and he can be used in War offense. He's really good against a Brotherhood team is really good against Shield teams. When it comes to raiding, there you can do a couple of nodes, but they really don't have much survivability. So I wouldn't recommend a Brotherhood team for raids. After that, we got Nick Fury. Nick Fury is done with Kree minions. So over here are the 5 Kree minions in the game that they want you to farm. These are the 5 Kree minions. Now Nick Fury is the leader for the Shield team. Shield is primarily used for war defense if you have Coulson. You can use them in arena. They do pretty well in arena, and they also do very well in raids. Not very well in like the U7 raids, but they do really good in like U6 and stuff like that. Maybe even the Greek raids that want specific shield teams. So you got the Kree Royal Guard here, who is farmed in the Blitz store. Kree Oracle, who is farmed in the War store. And the last three have their own nodes that you can just farm daily. Nick Fury is probably one of the best legendary characters you can get. I used him in my Fear the Darkness #2, and I used him from beginning to end multiple times. I still use him in there on the main team, so I would definitely recommend Nick Fury as a legendary character to go after, even if you don't plan on using your Kree for anything other than say a random war defense team in the game. After Nick Fury, we got Star-Lord. Star-Lord is a Guardians of the Galaxy legendary. He is also really, really versatile. You can pretty much use him in most game modes. You would be using him in the raids. You would be using him in Dark Dimensions 2, and so on. So, in order to unlock him, you need Guardians of the Galaxy characters and Ravager characters. So over here are the Guardians characters that most people use. Me, when I was doing it, I ended up using only Guardians of the Galaxy characters. I didn't use any of the Ravager characters. I used my Groot, Rocket Raccoon, Drax, Gamora, and Mantis. And I'm looking forward to the next event because, as you can see, my Guardians are all 7-star. So next event, my Star-Lord will be a 7-star. Groot can be farmed in his own node. Rocket Raccoon is in a raid store supplies. Drax is also in the arena, and Gamora and Mantis are farmed in the Blitz store. If you are short on a Guardians team, you can use a Ravager, and most people use Yondu as the last character that they usually farm. I think the first time I unlocked Star-Lord, I actually did use Yondu instead of I think I was I didn't have Groot at the time or Rocket Raccoon. But once you get further on in the game, you'll probably will end up having the other characters further. So, but yeah, these are the Ravagers that you could use also to help you unlock Star-Lord. And yeah, these guys, no one likes the Ravager Stitcher. He is apparently the worst character in the game. After Star-Lord for Guardians of the Galaxy, you would be using Shuri or Invisible Woman. Now, I'm going to lump these two together because they require the same characters actually. So, to unlock Shuri, you have all these characters right here, and anyone that's a Spider-Verse character. For Invisible Woman, you need Sinister Six. So usually when I tell people and they're farming a character and they want to do the Spider-Verse people, I say farm the Sinister Six characters, because when you do the Sinister Six, you're basically getting 2 characters for the price of 1. So for Sinister Six specifically, you would be using Shocker, Rhino, Mysterio, Vulture, and Green Goblin. Vulture is in the Arena store, Mysterio is in the Raid store, Rhino is a Blitz character, and Shocker and Green Goblin are both farmed by doing nodes. Then if you just want to do Spider-Verse characters in general, Venom has his own node that you can farm, Carnage is in the War store, Spider-Man is in the Blitz store, and so is Miles. So they're also pretty easy to farm. Right now I'm powering up my Spider-Verse team, not the Sinister Six, because in anticipation for the Symbiote Spider-Man coming out. I'm hoping to have basically all of them ready so that when Symbiote Spider comes out, I'm just going to wail crazy hard and get my symbiote Spider-Man up as super high because he's supposed to be like a god tier raid character. And yeah, so when it comes to farming Shuri or Invisible Woman, I recommend farming your Sinister Six team specifically. The Sinister Six team's pretty much used for war defense most of the time. They are advertised as a defender's counter. I still have difficulty with them. They don't do. My Sinister Six team, for some whatever reason, doesn't do that great against a defender's team. Invisible Woman, she is used with the Fantastic Four, and the Fantastic Four team are primarily a war offense team. Shuri, she is used primarily with the Wakandans, and the Wakandans were advertised primarily as a raid team. When it comes to using Wakandans as a raid team, you have to invest a huge amount in them in order for them to be really viable. So, like a lot of T4s. Apparently, the Wakandans have probably one of the most heavily needed T4s in the game. Shuri and Invisible Woman alone, though, they are great standalone characters, and they are also primarily used a lot in the Ultima 7 raids. So these two characters are very important to get in the game. Now, one of the most important characters in the game, the Phoenix. Now, Phoenix is extremely hard to unlock. I didn't like how they made her unlock, mainly because I'm a pretty big comic book fan, and when I saw the requirements, I was like, what does this have to do with the Phoenix character in general? Whenever I see an event, I look at them, it's like, all right, cool, we got like this character. It should be like this type of a theme. Like Magneto, for example, is X-Men and Brotherhood. That makes sense. Iron Man requires shield people. That makes sense. Nick Fury, you can make an argument for the Kree characters. Sure. Shuri, not really. Invisible Woman, again, not really. Doesn't make that much sense to have Sinister Six to unlock Invisible Woman. Star-Lord, Guardians of the Galaxy and Ravager characters. That makes sense to me. But for Phoenix, that one really didn't make sense. They want Mystic, they want controllers, and they also have to be a villain. So these are the characters that you need to unlock the Phoenix character. Before Hela came out, it was just Nobu, Hand Assassin, Loki, Ronan the Accuser, and Mordo. Now they introduced Hela, so theoretically you can, well, not theoretically, you can use Hela now to help you unlock her if you whale like crazy and buy every single offer and max out her stars. A lot of people don't like this event, mainly because they don't like that they have to farm a character like Hand Assassin, because they're not going to use the Hand Assassin at all in any other mode of the game other than just to unlock the Phoenix character. And Nobu, again, I don't really use him. I just have him literally. He just sits there in a war defense room, and I use him on new blitz days as like the very first. I use a hand team on the very beginning of all my blitz days, just because they don't do that well, and the blitz fights are the easiest at the very, very beginning. So I use them at the very beginning of my blitz attacks. But yeah, I feel like, look at this, none of these characters really make sense for a Phoenix theme. So that was the main reason why some people didn't like it. A lot of people also raged because in order to unlock Phoenix, you had to have them all at 6 stars. So no one had, like, very, very few people had Hand Assassin, even probably at like 3 stars. So when they first introduced the character, basically people just started farming this character like crazy, and hoping to get her up. And yeah, that's the Phoenix lineup that you need to unlock the Phoenix. Nobu has his own node you can farm. He also can be, I think, found in the War Store. Han Assassin has a node that you can farm. Hela, get a major credit card and you can have really great RNG with orb openings. Loki has his own node to farm. Ronin can be farmed in the Raid Store. And Mordu is in the Arena Store. And Phoenix is the team leader for the X-Men team. The X-Men are primarily used for war offense. They're really well used in the arena. Once you've unlocked the Phoenix character, you will probably always use her in your arena for both offense and defense. I used her quite a bit in the Dark Dimensions. So yeah, once you unlock the Phoenix character, drop everything that you're doing and just power her up to tier 13 and start using her right away. You will not regret it. And last on the list is the newest character, and that is for Black Bolt. Black Bolt is done with a Asgardian team. And in order to unlock Black Bolt, you definitely will need a major credit card and a lot of money to unlock him. Because even me, I wailed out hard on his event before he came out, and I was still unable to unlock him. And he is a 5-star unlock, and you need 5 Asgardians to do it. And 3 of them, the only way to get them is by spending money in the offers section. Like right now they have a Sith. If I want to, I can spend right here, I can spend $80 to get 100 of her shards, and that still won't even get me enough to make her 6 stars. But Thor can be farmed in the Raid Store, and Loki has his own node. So yeah, farm these 2 characters as you go in throughout the game. Thor has, since his rework, has become a huge powerhouse. And Loki, honestly, I think Loki is really great. He basically gives huge survivability to everybody once he got his with his passive. And the Asgardians team, you can't really go wrong farming them because they are the best war defense team in the game. People are still having difficulty trying to figure out how to counter them. Like, there's a huge, like, you have to at least 2-shot them if you're lucky, and you have to be using like legit strong teams. Yeah, the only way to get Hela is through orb openings or offers in the store, and Heimdall and Sif, same thing, offers in the store. And you can get unlock Black Bolt, who is what you need to round out the Inhumans team. And he is supposed to be a really great counter to Ultron. I haven't had a chance to use him yet, so I'm not entirely, I have no experience with him. But yeah, if you want to get Black Bolt, basically just empty out your bank account and you'll be able to get him. Because there is no way to unlock Black Bolt if you are a free-to-play player. So yeah, that is my guide to how to unlock all the legendary characters in the game. Again, that is Iron Man, Magneto, Nick Fury, Shuri, Star-Lord, Phoenix, Invisible Woman, and Black Bolt. So if you found that helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel, and have a great day, have a great morning, have a great afternoon, have a great everything. Peace.